Welcome back. There's no question Maryland needs more housing, and for years a local developer has been trying to turn this area, an abandoned parking lot next to Lutherville Light Rail Station, into badly needed apartments. But as our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, reports, one county councilman has been slow to open the door to the project. So Rona Cobell joined us now, and she just wrote the article about this really interesting project and how it's stalled. Let's start with the development itself. Those who are for it, what do they like about it? Those other than this councilman who are against it, why?
Basically, at the moment, it's a parking lot, Denise, with a shopping center adjacent to it, but a lot of the parking lot is vacant. There's an office building and there's not a whole lot going on there. In fact, I took my teenager to learn to drive there because that's how empty it was. And there were those spokes that you can kind of go around. So the people who support it are saying, let's put some redevelopment in here. We desperately need housing near transit. This is as good a place as any for it, and the state is really encouraging that. And the people who oppose it are saying it's too dense, there's too much traffic, there aren't school capacity for this, it's too fast, and basically we don't want that in our community. And
Councilman Wade Catch, who is a Republican, is in charge of that. It's in his jurisdiction, in other words, and he's the one who's resisting this development, correct?
Right. So his whole modus operandi has been consensus, getting everybody to agree and then move forward. But you have diametrically opposed people. You have one group that says no apartments, no compromise. That's actually the name of the group. And then you have other groups that are saying, you know, he came down from over 500 apartments and now he wants to do 325. That seems reasonable. Let's see what we can work with, because it isn't going to stay vacant forever. Something is going to go there. So there's this tension between people who want to compromise and people who want no compromise. And the reason that Councilman Catch has so much sway over it is that in Baltimore County, the councilman in whose district the developments fall has pretty much sole control over zoning, and the other councilmen usually acquiesce to whatever he wants. Problem is that he's been ill, so he hasn't been attending to meetings and showing up at things. And so this project has largely been stalled since August because he just hasn't been around.
And as we said at the beginning, there's no question we need housing. More apartments are needed in Baltimore County. All right, what comes next? Is it now just stalled until Catch shows up at a meeting and makes a final decision?
Well, the state is going to continue to exert pressure because they really want things to move along. And they've been looking at passing state laws and have passed some state laws that have overridden local zoning. So I think we're going to continue to see this tension between Councilman Catch and also the state as the sort of the slow light rail train moves along and it runs into the idea that the rent is just too darn high and people are really struggling to afford rents. So those two things are really going to collide, and at some point something is going to have to happen at Lutherville Station to move this along.
All right. Keep us posted.
I will.
Thank you so much for being here, Rona Cobell. And if you'd like to read her story and other good independent reporting from our media partner, the Baltimore Banner, head to thebanner.com. Cutter.
Denise.